All right, good afternoon. Thank you for joining our June 29th Statement of Support ceremony. This has become somewhat of a regular course of business for us. Almost every day that has gone by over the past number of weeks, while many of us have been isolated at home and keeping physical distance, we have not been keeping social distance as we've been connecting with businesses up and down throughout the state of Illinois in continuing our efforts in collecting statements of support, public statements of support for the Guard and the Reserve on behalf of the Illinois ESGR, and today is no different. Today, I am so excited to welcome Stuart Gabel from Solus LLC and Albert Ferguson from Fitness Matrix. Both very proud supporters, I know, of the Guard and the Reserve, and I'm excited to welcome them onto the program. As you'll hear over the next few minutes, the statement of support is really the cornerstone of the work of the ESGR, the Employer Support of the Guard and Reserve, and we're grateful that you are joining hundreds of thousands of businesses that have come before you in signing a similar document, which you'll hear about in just a couple of minutes. But before we continue, I'm going to turn it over to my friend and fellow ESGR volunteer, Robert Lewis, who also is the program manager for the Illinois Hire Heroes Consortium, which with whom I hope that all of you will connect following today's call. So Robert, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, my friend. Shalom. Albert, I just want to congratulate you and your company for publicly displaying your full honor and recognition of the USERAC for the Guard and Reserve. That is leadership at its finest, understanding those who serve need to be recognized for what they do and also not be penalized for their service. So I just want to say congratulations. As Shalom said, I'm with the Illinois Hire Heroes Consortium. I look forward to having a conversation with you on a later day, but it's a pleasure to meet you. It's an honor to meet someone who's doing such a great public act as this, and congratulations again, sir.
Pleasure to meet you as well.
Thank you.
And Robert, don't forget about Stuart.
Oh, and Stuart, I'm sorry. Stuart, you have a magical beard. And that's how we met. No, man, thank you very much also for your support. And I didn't forget about you like that. Thank you for being on this call publicly as well with Albert. We appreciate that you recognize what the Guard and Reserve or all of our men and women in service mean to the great state of Illinois. So congratulations as well, and I look forward to having a conversation with you as well, my friend.
Thank you. It's my pleasure and honor. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And in a couple of minutes, we'll hear from both of those individuals regarding, I know both surround yourself in business by those that serve in the Guard and the Reserve. So we'll hear those stories in just a couple of minutes, but it's my pleasure to turn over the virtual program over to Laurie Silvey, who is the chair of the Illinois ESGR. Laurie, tell us a little bit about ESGR and the support program.
All right. Thank you, Scott. And thank you both, Stuart and Albert, for being with us today. The Statement of Support program is one of the Employer Support of the Guard and Reserve's primary efforts to build strong support for the Guard and Reserve. And the purpose of what you are signing is to encourage more employers to support the Reserve component employees by publicly acknowledging that your company supports and recognizes the importance of the Guard and Reserve. The ESGR has been around since 1972, and since the first statement of support was signed, hundreds of thousands of employers have made this commitment to be one of those supporting companies. So today, Fitness Matrix and Solus will be signing your own statements and joining those ranks, and we thank you for that. What you are signing, the pledge says, we fully recognize, honor, and comply with the Uniformed Services Employment and Reemployment Rights Act. We will provide our managers and supervisors with the tools they need to effectively manage employees who serve in the Guard and Reserve. We appreciate the values, leadership, and unique skills service members bring to the workforce and will encourage opportunities to hire guardsmen, reservists, transitioning service members, and veterans. We will continually recognize and support our country's service members and their families in peace, in crisis, and in war. So if you will now go ahead and sign your statement of support and date it, and then we'll give you a moment to speak about why you are signing.
And while you're doing that, as you both know, I'm proud to serve as a reserve officer, and so on behalf of everybody, my brothers and sisters that serve, thank you for your public show of support. Congratulations. Appreciate you joining. So, Stuart, if I can start with you, tell us a little bit about why you're proud to publicly support the Guard and Reserve. I know you have some members of your team that are serving.
So I personally have always valued the work that the Guard and Reserve does for us on many levels. We have 2 veterans in our company and someone who is currently in the reserve and who just got called up today, as a matter of fact. And I appreciate the expertise and the unique leadership skills they bring to our company. And this is just our small way of being able to give back on their behalf.
Thank you. And Albert, at Fitness Matrix, I know you have many that work with you and many of your customers. Tell us a little bit about why, as well as many family connections too. Tell us why you signed today.
Yeah, when I grew up as a son of a gentleman who was in Vietnam for 2 tours, and he came back and had some fascinating stories, some of which I related to you and some of your comrades who were in training, Shalom, way back when. And it's incredible to sort of grow up with my father and understanding how much of who he is came out of the values that he learned and he was able to further from his time in the armed forces. And so anything that I could do to publicly support and give back in any way to people who are part of that same family and that tradition, I'm very proud to do.
Thank you. Congratulations, and thank you. And please, please share this proudly, display it proudly, the certificate that you just signed, and hopefully you can recommend to other companies or your neighbors in the Skokie and Evanston area to encourage others to sign. And again, thank you for your support and congratulations.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, thank you very much.
All right.